Hey everyone, it's mekklord. There's a lot to talk about. I just came back from my Christmas vacation, so let's not waste any time. First and foremost, let's talk about the new level up rewards for the DSOD characters. Melody is a huge buff to specifically 3 decks. Having 3 copies definitely enables a more consistent version of Blue Eyes that might even consider ditching Cards of Continents and focus more on the rank 8 turbo version rather than the synchro version without completely stopping playing it. You can still play stuff like Sage and White Stones and back row that get rid of your White Stones, but you can also more consistently make stuff like Sanaphon turn 1, which is good against a couple of decks, as it turns out. Also really helps deck that just wanna, turbo out Livioneer, decks that haven't been hit by the limit 3 Livioneer quarantine zone yet, which I can't think of too many at the moment, but I'm sure there's going to be a couple more coming in the next coming months. And Lightsworns now practically get 6 copies of Judgment Dragon, which is pretty nice. I don't think there are many more interesting targets for Melody in the game yet. And truth be told, you could probably play some combination of the aforementioned 3. You can play Levi and Blue Eyes. If you play stuff like Cosmo Queen or Didi Crow, you can probably play Levi and Light Swans or Light Swans in Blue Eyes and still climb up to Legend or something. This is going to be something you're going to see a lot. And yeah, looking forward to that, I guess. Second of all, Cubics finally got the first hard copy of V-Jam outside of the skill, and 1 copy of Crimson Nova, which is not an issue. The deck can search it pretty easily with Duza dumping Karma, searching Crimson Nova. Summoning it is going to be a bit harder because you do require 3 cubic monsters in your hand. No, 3 cubic cards, my bad. Oh, it's not that hard, I guess. Doesn't propel Cubics to tier 1 status immediately, but I think it's pretty nice. Pretty nice that Cubics finally get to, do something other than very slowly burn and stall your opponent until they quit the game forever. Summoner's Art is fine. I don't think you're going to be playing a third copies in Metal Foes, considering you only have 1 target, and additional copies of art could be bricks. You can run it in Cleese though, because you have 2 copies, 2 cards that you can search with Summoner's Art, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, nice little buff for Cleeforts. And there's nothing else worth talking about as far as level up rewards go. Like, wow, you get to play a Dark Magician Girl again, or a Red Eyes Black Dragon. Wow, some characters are built differently, and some are, Joey. New box thoughts, Future Circuit. It's going to be interesting. First archetype I really want to talk about, Cosmos. I think they have a lot of potential. If you don't know how the deck works, you basically have the low-level pilots that can quick effect tag themselves out in order to summon a big ship or a higher level Cosmo monster, which can include stuff like Dark Lady, which has a monster negate built into it, Forerunner, which is an untargetable 2800 attacker, and Slip Rider, which just pops a back row on summon, which is pretty cool. It's also worth noting that the big ships float into the little guys when they get destroyed from the graveyard, and these banish themselves. So you would think there's a bit of a consistency issue there, but stuff like Strawman, Tin Can give the deck a lot of consistency. I think it's going to be a pretty powerful deck going forward. The only thing potentially holding it back would be its cost, because you probably need 3 Tin Cans and some number of Farm Girls, both of which are going to be URs. Other than that, yeah, it's going to be a strong deck. Look forward to that. I'm definitely going to do a video guide on them. Muskets. I don't know anything about Magical Musketeer. I know all the memes pretending like when they were teasing a TCG, claiming that they were going to be the next Zodiac, like a deck so dominant they would forever ruin the metagame of Yu-Gi-Oh! Once again. And when they came out, well, they weren't, ever really that good. They got a couple of like local tops, but never really achieved more than Rogue status. But, Duel Links is different. Stuff like Fires, which was pretty weak in the TCG, managed to, be meta dominant in Duel Links. Stuff like Dark Lords that never got their time to shine. There's a lot of decks like these that were really helped by the smaller deck size, helping with consistency and stuff. I do think Magical Musketeers have the potential to be a threatening deck, but I don't know enough about the deck to like 100% get behind that claim yet. I'm gonna do a video guide on them as well, probably after the kozmo one because I need to do more research first. And Knightmares. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. Phoenix, Unicorn are going to be staples in every Astra deck going forward. Phoenix is really simple to go into, just 2 monsters. Unicorn requires a bit more resources, but it's probably worth it. A lot of people are really concerned about iblee and mermaids getting iblee to your opponent's side of the field as an easy way to lock out your opponent from playing, especially if they're playing a deck with a skill that does not allow them to play link monsters like resonators. Wow, really nothing else comes to my mind, huh? Cubex? I think can't play extra deck monsters. What else? Oh, Onomats? I'm not sure. Anyway, a lot of people are really concerned about this. I think they are right to be concerned. This is a very easy setup to make. Any 2 monsters make Phoenix, Phoenix make Mermaid, Mermaid discard 1, summon iblee to your opponent's side of the field, and you lock them out of any special summon that isn't a link monster, even for stuff like Infernoids, depending on certain hand, aka if you don't open exactly Decatron, you get fucked by this sort of stuff, you know? So, I don't know why Konami is releasing iblee, a card that is notorious for just being a little bitch. Yeah, it's gonna be a shitty experience. I'm not looking forward to that. Other stuff we're talking about. Darkhold is obviously huge. Lightning Vortex has seen play time and time again as a fringe option, and a Lightning Vortex that does not require a discard is obviously pretty nice. It's mitigated by the fact that, you know, a lot of decks have built-in effect destruction immunity, stuff like Salamangreat gets to use Bailings, Infernoids get to use Voidseer, for instance. But this could also be beneficial as an offensive card for these decks that can use, you know, destruction protection, and decks that don't care about having their stuff blown up. Like potentially, I don't know, Dinosaurs? Yang Zings? Yeah, I'm really pushing it. Bottomless Trapple, I think, is a little bit too late to the party. I don't think there's that many targets that it really hits early on enough, and if it ever becomes a problem, you know, everybody just has access to Nightmare Phoenix now, so yeah, not really that interesting, is it? Firewall Dragon is not going to be as much of a problem as people fear it could be. It's nice that Salamangreat get an actually usable boss monster. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It does require a lot of resources. It is pretty flashy, but it's not as powerful as one might think. Droll and Lockbird I don't think is really worth it at the moment. I can't think of too many decks that actually search multiple cards a turn. Maybe Cleese if you manage to cycle between Scouts. Necros probably. But you know, the top dogs, Mech Knights, Infernoids, they don't really search more than 1 card a turn. Salamangreat, ugh. You know, get fucked, I guess, but it's not that big of a deal for them. Galaxy doesn't get to search that many cards. There's not a lot of decks that Droll and Lockbird is, you know, really hitting yet. I think it's the same issue that there was with Diddy Crow, where the card is not good yet, but it has the potential to be really good in the near future. Who knows? These 2 are bad. They're just a lot of, like, require a lot of resources, huge waste of your extra deck space, and it's not worth it. Don't bother. So yeah, overall, this is gonna be a pretty nice box. A lot of meta relevant stuff, potentially interesting decks to be playing. Costly archetypes in Kozmo and Magical Musketeers, but also if you just want to go through the box one time for the staples, you can, and I think that's really cool, and that's what I'm going to do, because I'm still going to be playing Noids for the foreseeable future. Thank you for watching this video, hope you had a very nice Christmas, and or happy holidays, and yeah, see you in 2023, I guess. Bye-bye!